Yeah. And I'll record it. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. What was the question? What were we doing? We were going to go over her deal.
Yes.
All right.
So they got the.
You were going to Zillow.
Yeah, they got the initial loan. I don't remember the numbers, but I can go into it. They got the initial loan for $112,000, and they're almost done paying it off.
They're on the 20th year.
Yeah, the 20th year. So.
What was the interest rate?
I have it right here on it.
Okay.
Pull it up.
What was her first name?
Ronaldo. And then you gotta ask Ray for the name of the wife. I forgot it.
Okay. One of you guys take notes and make sure you can't both leave. He was telling me about the sale. You guys did a good job. You got them signed, okay? But the once again, when you get people here, did they speak English?
No, not a lick of English.
So when you get people to come in that don't speak English, the first thing that I tell them is, when we start doing this, I say, you know what? It would help if you'd learn English. And here's why. Don't be mean to them.
No, I don't.
You don't have to be mean to them. I'm just saying it would help if you'd learn English. And do you know why it would help if you'd learn English?
Why?
Because it opens all the doors that they're not telling you in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay? You're only getting one side of the version. Okay? Because the majority of America speaks English, and all the banking system is in English. So it's not anything you're doing wrong, but what you want to do is you want to be part of the entire conversation, not half of it.
Yeah.
You're only getting what they want you to know in Spanish, but the other half is talking in English.
Yeah.
And so you're missing it. And you want to be able to catch that. And it's going to open all kinds of doors for you.
Okay,
and then tell them, by the way, and I will help you. I used to teach at English as a secondary language. I volunteered my time at night for all these fuckers coming in America. This was before they had all the problems, but they'd come in and they'd want to learn English. And every night after work, they'd come in at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, sit in these classes for an hour or two and learn English. They still do that.
Right. Interest rate 4%.
4%?
Yep.
Okay. Here's how that works. Times 2 equals 8, add a 0. You're paying 80%. Take your mortgage calculator, and then we'll get to the rest of your numbers. Take your mortgage. Do you have the mortgage
I
calculator?
would have it pulled up, yeah.
Okay. Put 112,000 in
Yeah.
times 4%. What does that give you?
For 30 years?
Yeah.
Total is $192,495.
192 what?
$495.
495.
60 cents.
Not bad. How much interest?
$80,495.
Whew.
60 cents, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Give me the rest of what you want to give me.
Okay, so their current estimate on Zillow for the house is $333,900.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be their own banker.
They should.
These motherfuckers.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And what year are they in the house? Did they say?
What do you mean, what year?
How many years have they lived in the house?
For 20 years, yeah.
20. So they're 20 years. Okay. Did they say what their monthly mortgage was?
Yeah, I checked it. It's 800. 850.
850. Okay, so this is the interest that they're going to pay, and 850 is the monthly payment. Okay. All right. glad they showed you everything. What did he do for a living? Did he say?
They worked at a supermarket.
El Supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them?
Yeah. They work at Ranch Market.
I won't get into that story. The owner's really great guy.
Ranch Market, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I won't go into the story, but
Okay.
yeah, he started in a little place up the street by accident.
How nice.
Mm-hmm. Just facilitating. Yeah. He asked if he could help this guy, and the guy needed help, so he just said, "I'm helping you," and that's what he did. He just helped this guy out, and he said, "Hey, I had some produce. Do you mind if I some of my produce out there because while I'm helping you?" The guy goes, "Yeah," and that's how he started it. And the next thing you know, he has this big fucking market.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was actually a little market, and then it went to bigger. Fucking amazing
Holy
story.
shit.
Amazing story. Yeah. There's a lot of great people. But immigrants, everybody comes from somewhere else in this world,
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool story. Works at Rancho Market. Okay. All right. Anyway, or what else do we need to know on this?
I'm not gonna tell me.
Debt to income.
That's an income. Yeah. I didn't get that far.
Okay.
I just showed him that right there that you just showed him. I told him that, and I told him how a HELOC worked.
They call it DTI, debt to income.
Okay.
DTI. You need to know what the mortgage is. You know that.
I mean, I know the electric bill. That counts.
How much? Yeah, fuck yeah, it does. Mortgage, electricity. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Electricity, phone, food, insurance.
Yeah.
Insurance. What else could be on? Did they have solar?
Yeah, they have solar. I have the solar bill.
How much do they pay in electricity?
You get their solar bill. So in the summer, their electric bill at most is like $200. So she said.
You see what a scam that is? This is why we get scammed. Look at this. 80%. They're gonna pay 80% interest on that 112. This right here is about 80% of that. Okay, and so why? And
Yeah,
by the way, that may be 4% now, but it didn't start out at 4%.
No.
No, because 20 years ago, interest rates were like 12. Yeah, they've refinanced.
Have they? Okay.
Yeah, nobody gets that rate ever.
Yeah.
You're not getting that rate. So they don't start out with that rate. Okay. There was a period. No, that's not true. There was a period of about 4 years ago, and where the interest rate, when Trump was in office, the interest rate was the lowest in like 100 years.
No.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And the
You ain't getting back in office.
they need to redo all of this because it's the taxing and all this stuff is all a scam. It's not a scam. This is why you want to be in charge of your own money instead of letting them be in charge.
Yeah, it's about knowing.
But now this is after 20 years. Now it's kind of hard to believe that they both work for a Rancho Market. They've had a house for 20 years, and then they're broke. What did the house look like? Did they have nice cars and stuff like that? So something's not adding up.
Okay.
That they're broke, because you don't have steady jobs like that for 20 years. Both of them, and I'm sure they're great people, but they're either helping their kids. And when I say don't add up, they're either helping their kids, they've been taking advantage of, somebody's taking advantage of them. They either started out at 12%, because they do this to foreigners, who don't speak English, and they want a house here in America really bad, and they totally screw them over. By the way, they do this to Americans too.
If they're dumb enough.
If they're, well, we're all dumb.
Exactly.
Every one of us.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
none of us are educated at this stuff.
Well, because no one shows us this stuff, right?
It's not taught anywhere. And
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis, sorry guys, sorry for saying that. Yeah. I'm just trying to say, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
No,
you're live, right?
we all, oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody gets taught this stuff. We don't get taught. So Ron DeSantis next year is going to start teaching in schools about credit and finance and everything business. And nobody's talking about it because he's going to lose tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funding. And he's basically told them to go screw themselves. And you don't hear this. Why? Because if this caught on and every state in the union started teaching this and saying, I don't want your federal funds, and you start taking control, and the states start taking control of their own education, what is that going to do? Well, it's going to change everything that they're trying to indoctrinate us. And do they want us to be poor? I don't know. That's for another conversation and for smarter people than me. But they don't teach us this, and there's a reason they don't teach us this. So, you know, people are going, he's teaching kids how to get credit. You know? Yeah. Who would not want to have credit? Everyone in America gets credit, by the way. I shouldn't say everyone, but the majority of people get credit sometime in their life as an adult because someone wants to trust them. And once they start learning how to pay it, which is like 70%, 70 to 80% of people who get the credit, they learn how to pay it. That's why they have it. The other 20%, don't. But once again, here we are. What else do you need to know here? You were going to tell me something else. What else was you going to tell me?
His electric bill and solar bill, if you want to know.
Okay, how much?
Solar is $140
a month?
Yep. And then electric bill.
Average, summer, winter. Average it out.
Average that out, yeah. Just the solar or the electric?
Just the electricity.
Let me do the math here. Times 4 months divided by 12.
Almost fit.
66 a month.
$66 a month. Tell me solar's not a scam. They're still paying $200 a month. Where is the pay no money? Because you generate so much electricity that the electricity company, SRP and APS, buys it from you and you literally pay nothing. Your electricity is free. Does that look free? This is why our current solar systems are a scam. The only way solar really makes a sense is if you're off the grid, which means I'm not taking your electricity. And here in the municipalities, they don't allow you to do that, okay? Because the city they don't want you living in a house that doesn't have electricity. It gets hot in Arizona. But anyway, we're not putting anybody down other than saying that solar did nothing for them. How much do they owe on the solar?
They had it for 7. They've only had it for 7 years.
What's the payoff? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I don't know. They've only had it for 7 years.
So are they renting or do they own it?
They're paying it off, so it's a loan.
Okay. It doesn't say on there?
No.
You want to know what's the payoff? Okay? Because when they go to get credit, when they go to do this velocity banking and go to get credit, they're going to want to pay this off, get rid of it. Or if they're renting it, tell them, come get this son of a bitch. Yeah, they've lost. How many years have they had it?
7.
140 times 12 is what?
1,680.
Okay, times 7.
11,750.
They paid $11,750 so far buying this thing. This is probably a $20,000 unit. They typically, I know solar like my hand.
Well, I do too.
20,000, 30,000, 50,000.
Probably around 30,000. It's 44 panels.
They had 44 panels. Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's a big system.
Okay, well I take that back.
It's probably a lot more than that. Yeah.
That's probably a $50,000. Yeah. That's probably $50K, $50,000, and then paying $140 a month. The $66. So take six. So this is going to be a 20-year payout. Wait, divide 20 years would be, it's how many months? 20. Sorry, this is the way it works. 12 that we're just 240 months.
Yeah.
Okay, 240 months, and multiply 240 times 140. Or I guess you could. I'm an idiot.
It's a 34,000.
Am I stupid or what?
Wait, it's a 25-year loan.
Divide 140 by this. By 50 grand.
Okay. Divided by 140.
Dar.
It's 367 or 357.
Huh?
So 357 months, right? Is that what you're trying to get?
Yeah, that's 30 years.
There you go.
These guys are totally getting screwed. Totally getting screwed. Take 140 times 357 months. 357 months.
50,000, yeah.
There you go. Your 50 grand. Well, of course, we divided it.
Yeah.
So $357 or 357 months. Come on, man. No.
Okay.
And it's okay. And the thing is, these things are already obsolete. They're 7 years old. They're already obsolete.
Yeah.
Okay. They can't even do nothing with it. If they was to take those panels now, no one would buy them. No one would buy them. Anyway, I've never seen a 30-year panel solar deal. So maybe that.
Oh yeah, it's probably less than 50K then.
Yeah, it's probably that. I think the longest I've ever seen was like they used to do like 30, 40 years. I
They
think
do 25 years now.
25.
So let me do
25 years.
140 times 20. Wait, 140.
So these are questions. So now we're speculating, America. We're speculating, but you really want to get these answers because now we're just trying to figure this out and having some fun at it.
So 140 times 25, or times 25 years.
25, yeah.
It's 300 months.
300 months.
That would be 42,000, which sounds pretty accurate, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 42,000.
Mm-hmm. So that's a 25-year loan.
So that's not far off from the. That's not far off from. And by the way, from the 50,000. And by the way, how much electricity do you think they're generating for the city for APS and SRP? A ton. Yeah, I used to know how you learned through looking at the kilowatts.
Yeah.
Looking at the
I
kilowatts.
sell solar, so
It'll tell you exactly how much money they make the SRP because they turn around and sell it for like 8-9 times the amount that they're paying you.
Yep.
Or
especially
more.
SRP.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, if they may have, did you ask them about the yearly end rebate?
No, we didn't get into the solar.
Because most people don't even know about it. Even you guys who sold solar. Most people who sell solar don't even know at the end of the year there's a rebate. And billions of dollars sits with these companies that it just sits there. Now they're borrowing against all this because they know, the banks know that people like these guys are great human beings but never get told this, and they never get their rebates. It just sits there for decades. Now, we're not, by the way, folks, we're not putting anybody down here. We're just trying to get to the core of everything, so that when they go over here, they never come back to this. So for every $1, every $1. Oh, I messed my hands up already. For every $1, for every dollar that you make that goes out, you want to know where it goes. That's why when you learn how to do this velocity banking, the velocity and the infinite, they call it infinite banking concept. I like to call it infinite banking systems. So as we start to grow our company here, we're going to call it infinite banking systems. Okay. And this is where you become your own banker. Right here. This is where you want to be. So since instead of having the dollars go out to everyone else, you have the dollars come into you. Did you hear that? Instead of having these dollars go out to everybody, you have the dollars come into you, and then you decide how it's going to go out. Is it going to go out through your velocity banking? Now, you're not going to pay your bills out of your banking system. The bills are paid out of your velocity banking, your day-to-day operations and stuff like that. Your purchases comes out of your banking, like your house or your cars. And we went over that last night of how over here you can see my brother, what we did with him. He borrowed $6,000 from our policy, from our bank. He borrowed the $6,000, and then he paid us back. He paid himself. It's ours. He paid it back $300 a month, and paid back the $18,000. And he wanted to do this. I wanted to do a shorter one, but he wanted to pay it back because this is what he had been doing for years with the car companies. He'd go down to a used car lot. He'd buy a truck or something for like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. He'd been doing this for decades, and then he would pay them like $300 a month. This was his deal. He did this more than once, like dozens of times maybe, and then $300 a month, and then he'd pay them back, and he'd literally pay like 3 times the amount for the truck. He would buy that truck and 2 more. So you wonder why these guys are able to do what they do at these car lots. And I'm not against these guys, I'm for them. But what I'm trying to tell you is he'd pay $18,000 for $6,000. So what we did was we loaned him the money. He bought the truck 100%, just paid for it. Not on payments to them, but he paid for the truck cash, and then on auto pay, just like he paid the finance company, the car lot, just like he paid them, he paid us instead. He paid the bank, our bank instead. Put it on auto pay and just paid us until he paid it off. Now I was willing to do something where we made like 40%. I like to make like 40% on a purchase. So I'd have put another like another $2,500 on here, right? $2,500 or so that we'd have made. So we'd have made like 40% on the $6,000 so the vehicle makes money when he bought it, right? And this is his money, not just ours, or not just mine. And but he wanted to pay the whole thing out right here. So this is when you learn how to do this, then this makes sense of where you put your dollars. You want to know where your dollars are going, and then you be in charge of how it is, right? And pay yourself back. If you're willing to pay the finance company, then pay yourself back. And this is how you build wealth. It's not a get rich quick. It's a build a wealth, because you're going to be dead and gone, but your kids and grandkids and those kids and those kids and those kids, the Rockefellers, one of the richest families in the world to this day, they've got over 200 people that never have to work a day in their life. And there's but once again, it's not just about not being able to work. It's that these folks are rich. Okay, and all because of this. And it only took a couple of hundred years to get there. But once again, you're going to live to be 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, right? So it doesn't matter what age you start this. You can start this at 50, 60, 70, 80 years of age. I got a guy that who's going to start this with us. He's 81 years old. And he says, I got 20 years. He goes, I know I'm going to live to be 100. I love that. But either way, it doesn't matter. He's 81 and he's going to start this. Okay? And so as he's starting this process, he's going to bring, and his wife doesn't believe in it. But it doesn't, and his kids don't know anything about finance. But at 81, he's always wanted to do these type things, the velocity banking, buying the real estate, learning how to become your own banker. He's looked at all this stuff, but has never gone the full steps of actually doing it. Okay. So when we started talking with him about his construction remodel job, he says, if you'll show me how to do this, then I will 100% buy the remodel from you, do the remodel through you, because my job will be free. And that is correct. Because what you would have paid in interest, that's going to go away. That interest is going to go away. Just like with this lady right here. This is such a great little scenario here. This lady here, which we're going to do this with, has this house right here that she's going to pay $501,000 in interest payments. And if she uses our strategy, she's going to, if you can look over here, she's going to pay $501,000 in interest payments over 30 years. Now, when she uses our strategy, where's she at here? Did I erase her? No, she's right here. She's still gonna, when she pays off all this, okay? When she pays off all this, and she comes over and borrows the money from herself, okay? She's still gonna pay a couple of $100,000 in interest, but she's gonna save $288,000 in interest of this $500,000. Now, you can't tell me that that's not a big deal. That's almost an entire new house. How many cars is that? That's a car. Those college educations. These are trips around the world. This is another property, or several other properties that at $43,000 down. Hey, do me a favor, Alex.
Yep.
Divide 43,800 by 288,000.
43,800.
I want to show
Divided
you.
by what?
43,800
Divided
by 288. No, 288,504. Hit your divide sign. Put in 43,800.
That's 6.669. So
6.7. This is another 6 3/4 homes that she can buy with that savings. Do you get this now? Is it starting to sink in? Yes, he's going to pay interest, but this is the biggie here. Now, getting back to these guys right here. So this is when you get somebody, by the way, when you get somebody, Alex, that learns, that will give you all this information, this is where your practice is.
Okay.
This is where you want to practice, because they're willing to let you practice with them. And these are people who probably really great people, man. Did they have kids?
No, but yes, they have kids. Yeah, they have a lot of kids.
These are probably really great people who've probably done a lot for the community and their family. Mm-hmm. And, who wants to get out of this, but has never gotten out of this.
Fucking haircut.
Hey, don't cuss. You guys don't cuss. We're on TV, live. And the FCC does not allow cussing. Okay, just remember. Nice haircut.
Thanks.
I cuss all the time.
Oh, you can cuss at me.
No, I can't cuss.
Okay.
No one can cuss. You can't cuss on TV. The FCC will shut you down. Just remember that. Okay? And I appreciate them letting me do this here, but you can't cuss.
I will not.
Pay $5 for that.
Duh.
That's a good deal.
But yes.
Nice haircut.
Hey, thanks, man.
I tried that once.
Yeah, they kept looking at me funny at the door.
I love that.
But yes, they're great people.
Okay.
Great people.
So anyway, these are all questions. Now you can practice with people like this. Ronaldo, if you ever get to see this show. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Move my bag so you can get in here. What time is it? I've got 8 minutes. So anyway, guys and gals out there in Texas, thank you, Corpus Christi, Houston, College Station, Beaumont, and Lake Texas and Lake Charles, Louisiana. And congratulations to Fly Mackey and Smart Money Culture TV. We have a new channel in Tallahassee coming up next month. Hallelujah. You know, it costs millions of dollars to run these things. Like this, TV's not free. This is real TV. This is not like you go on the internet and start a little channel and go, oh yeah, I'm a TV guy. This is real television broadcast into your homes. Okay. So thank you for trusting us and listening to us. We appreciate you very much. Anyway, so we're just talking about velocity banking. By the way, Jaden, if you get the girl to give me, we can talk about this later, okay?
Yeah.
All this info on this, a little bit more of the info. This girl right here, man, she's gonna save hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands. So when you go to buy a house down the road, instead of putting that deposit, see that 10% down. That 10%, you have to put that down to get these kind of loans. Okay, you put it out of your credit line, and you save the cash. So, anyway, she's gonna be doing very well. Anyway, we're excited. I think maybe while how'd your deal go? They beat you. They beat you last night. They made a sale. They made a sale at full. What happened to you? You don't have to tell me. Full price, and our pricing's good enough. We can sell it full price. Okay, and they're still getting great.
Shingle.
Shingle?
Yeah.
Vista?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Vista, Mister. You look good with your hair cut like that.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Take your hat off.
Yeah, very nice.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at that.
hello. Oh.
One of my friends sent me this picture. That's so stupid. It said who I look
So
like.
one of the guys here has long hair, Colton, and then he cut it off, and now he has short hair. He's all GQ now. GQ now. Yeah.
I'd be sitting there in people's homes and they'd be like looking at me all weird.
No, they don't care.
That one got a tool belt yesterday.
People don't care.
Leather tool belt.
Those tool belts help.
Oh yeah.
It does. Yeah.
We got a flashlight, gloves.
Yeah, the gloves.
Like stop touching mold. Organic growth.
Yeah,
In the attic.
stop touching that.
Yep.
And there's shingles too. You want to, when you get up on there, say, hey, there's the reason that we wear these, and this is true. The reason you wear these gloves, if you do insurance, you want to make sure that your fingerprints aren't all over the shingles, because now, by the way, this is to fit most. You get these guys, you can ask the adjusters, how long have you been doing this? And if they say, oh, like I'm new at this, or I do this last 4, 5, 6 years. And you get the ones who've been doing it 10, 20 years. Those guys are deniers. There's a reason they stay in that business so long, because they're making 100, 200,000, 200,000, 300,000 a year, from denying claims.
Yeah.
and they do that. They'll do the fingerprint things and go, why are all these fingerprints up under these shingles? Somebody's been pulling them up or something like that. And then they just say, no, we're denying you. Now, they don't say that to you until if you take them to court. If you take them to court, then they'll say, well, we had all these fingerprints. Prove that you didn't pull them up. Why are all these fingerprints under here? You know? And so this is one of the ways they get you. Most people will never take them to court, ever. But anyway, they're not stupid. You know, I tell people just be careful grabbing the shingles. No reason to. But smart move. Good job. Got the belt. Now you look real professional.
Like an actual contractor.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we were going over because he was asking questions here because we're going to teach these guys our velocity banking strategies and stuff, and how to become their own bankers, like this lady here. If this lady decides to do this, she's going to save almost a little over $288,000. Okay, America, are we done yet? There's a show coming on in 3 minutes. I'm going to sign out. Okay. See if I get this right. Bam! I know that Indian. We've got 3 minutes. I'm going to take 1 minute to look at Bitcoin right here. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Woo! Look at that. Holy cow. $64,433.33. Oh boy. Look at this, guys. I got 1 minute and then I'm getting out of here. Okay, America? You guys, this is your Bitcoin minute. $64,504.20. It's trying to make its move. It's incrementally moving out of this pocket here that I've been showing you. It's trying to move. Let's see what happens, okay? All right. You guys having fun yet? I've had a lot of fun doing this.